We're heading into the final stages of A2K, and the journey has been full of twists and turns. So we're here to give our take on who will make it as the final members of this new global girl group. Before the final stages, I had all the confidence that my final selections were a no-brainer. Camila, the vocal queen and savant out of all the members. She's no doubt debuting. Kaylee, the maknae bursting with energy who suddenly skyrocketed into our hearts with her burst of youthful energy and vocal stability. Kendall, her acting skills are top-notch, which has made her a favorite for JYP from the get-go. Honestly, don't know why she gets so much hate in the comments section, but guys, she's an all-rounder and was born for the stage. Gina, full of swag and former trainee, she has the potential to be the one that brings balance to the group with her attitude. And last but not least, KG. She's definitely second on the list in terms of vocal presence and can stabilize the rest of the team with her singing ability.
As far as my predictions go, before going into part 1 of the grand finale, my picks for A2K were as follows. Camila for leader, Gina for vocals and dance, Christina for rap and dance, Kendall for vocals and visual, Lexus for rap and dance, and Kaylee for vocal and maknae. Many of these choices align heavily with Flip's assessment. Where I differed was KG's familiarity with the K-pop genre and if she could herself fit in. And for Flip, this was Christina.
Sunny fans, we just finished watching, I guess, part 1 of the grand finale for A2K, and a lot of our decisions have been hanging in the balance based on what we were watching.
A lot of their performances have changed our outlook for the final members. Now, mine has slightly changed, with some people getting shaky and others getting outright left out.
Right.
But yeah, it has been such a roller coaster in terms of seeing these girls perform, because if we're going based off of JYP's comments entirely, it makes you think one way, and then they perform again and they get positive comments.
Right.
But ultimately, when we're watching, start to see like hints and glimmers of idols.
Yeah, of who is actually going to make their debut. My original list, were 5 members, but I added one more, making it 6. It's still Camila, it's still Kaylee, Kendall, Gina, KG. Now I'm adding Lexus. Now the reason for that is because Lexus is going to be the main dancer. I know Gina can be a main dancer too, but then that makes 2 really good dancers or main dancers in a group already. And that leaves out Savannah and Christina for me.
Now my final choice for the roster after part 1 is, again, using similar reasoning as Flip. Camilla's still the leader.
Of course.
She's got stable vocals, stable dance, all around like leadership.
She looks the most
attitude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then I'm inserting KG as the main vocalist. I didn't have her originally just because, you know, she's the odd person out in terms of K-pop genre.
Yeah.
But she's grown. I've been starting to see her dance improve. And even though she's still not fully there yet, KG's got the best vocals.
I think she's second to Camila in terms of best vocal, because Camila has that soulful vocal that I always love, but then KG, I think, is the most stable out of the whole group.
Exactly. And then so like I've always granted KG that, right? But today's performance in part 1 was like, wow, she's really grown in terms of like, she still might not even know who are the top players in K-pop, right? She might not even know who Sumi was.
Well, now she does.
But yeah, she was still showing off really well in this performance. And then Gina as vocals and dance with like a plus minus here or there. I'm still shaky about her place
shaky too.
in the group, but as a trainee, she's already got all the skills.
Right.
She's already got all of the technical know-how and the attitude. Her character is great. But like there's always
stiff a lot.
Yeah, there's always these shaky parts. Like in one day she's like, you finally learned how to let go. And then in this one's like, you're stiff again. There is a
too
margin.
much power. I don't know what that comment is. There's too much power.
Some people have a limit, I guess. But yeah, that's my margin of error there. She may or may not be in. I'm hoping that she's in, but again, that's where I'm putting my plus minus. And of course, Christina, I still have in there for her rap performance. In this performance, it was great. Her dance has always been top notch, and so I have Christina as main rap.
Okay.
And then Kendall is sub rap. Visuals.
Sub-rap.
I originally had her as vocals visual, but of course I have her as visual because her acting is amazing. She has the best expressions on stage, and she can really express that emotion. Watching JYP kind of swoon over the idea that Kendall is rapping,
that gives you a lot of hints already.
Yeah, I feel like the more she trains her vocals, she could definitely sub vocal and do some of those lines. As I was watching and as I was listening, is like if she's like sub rapping, she she can have like the Harvey position of like that cutesy voice that's like, I'm a rapper, I'm gonna rap this line to you.
Like a boomerang, come right back. No look good and you want real bad.
You know what I mean?
Pop, 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 pop.
Lexus for lead vocals and dance. I still put Lexus in the group. I put her in here because she's definitely stable dance, stable vocals, but she has trouble with her expressions and having fun, right? But if we're to go off of JYP's just comments alone in the last 2 weeks, there's a little bit of trouble here.
He said that she reminded him of the last member to make it in the NITSY project, which is indicative again of what might happen with Lexus.
Like a secret master. But the reason why I've always put Lexus in there, despite negative comments from each evaluation, is that she's the most popular on social media. All of the comments are for Lexus. All of the votes on Twitter are for Lexus. All of the shorts that I see about A2K vote her as the most likely, and that's huge.
Yeah.
And like to paint a clearer picture, Tsuyu or Chui in Twice, when I was watching 16, she was #1 in fan votes every single week. JYP's comments to her every single week.
Yeah.
You're just not. There's no emotion. Like I don't see it. Like your dance is too sloppy and stuff.
Yeah.
And so week after week, Chui just was not getting the praise that the other members of Twice that would eventually be picked would get.
Yeah.
And then at the end he's like, but I cannot deny the people. Right?
So that counts. That's a big factor.
If you're popular,
give these guys your best JYP impression.
more than I expect. But lastly, Kaylee. Kaylee has had my maknae slot.
Yes.
Since the beginning. Not because she ultimately is the youngest of everybody. She has shown that cute, adorable, bright, and youthful energy from the beginning.
Yes.
She's had stable dancing, stable vocals. Her only real problem was towards the beginning when she was very nervous and she was the youngest, and you know,
but she's just gotten stronger and stronger all the way through. Only in this last performance where she must have had the pressure of being the leader of the group. You can see the snippets of her like not really focusing on the performance, but more on her group. That's kind of negligible to me.
Yeah, I don't see that as a like micromanaging your other members isn't a point against you. It is indicative of
your leadership.
What she's concerned about as a leader.
Yeah.
But again, she's shown her skills, her dance, her vocals, all this time, and just, you know, comparing her to Gayun, to Zhu from Secret Number, to Chui from Twice. She's got the maknae energy.
She's got that energy. She's got it on lockdown. At the very beginning when you first saw her, it was like, she's making it.
Yeah.
She's definitely making it.
All right, so the one that didn't make it on my list, because I had 7. You had 6, right?
I had 6, yeah.
The one is Savannah for me, and it's much like the reasons that Flip states for Christina. Is that at the end of the day, I do not see this like this shining beacon that outweighs that her skills and her abilities are present in other members.
Yeah, the strongest dancers of the group is Gina, Lexus, Savannah, and Christina, right? And I've already included 2 in my list, and you have 3 in your list. And unfortunately, in my list, I have Savannah and Christina out, but in your list, it's Savannah. So like, we both agree that Savannah is kind of like the odd person out. But in the preview, JYP said yet. And so...
Yes. That's exactly why, you know, and just to create another parallel with 16, Chaeryung didn't make it into Twice.
She's amazing.
But she debuted with ITZY.
She's amazing.
And she's great in ITZY.
It's better for her to be with ITZY.
Yeah, I mean, Savannah, you know, not to take away from her dance, her vocals, her skills, like she has the package.
Blends in with everybody else, which is kind of unfortunate for her.
I'm sure a debut is in her future for sure.
And so my final members, which would be 6, is Camila, Kaylee, Kendall, Gina, KG, and Lexus.
And my final roster for A2K is Camila, KG, Gina, Christina, Kendall, Lexus, and Kaylee. But that, of course, is our picks and our opinions. Let us know what you guys picked in the comment section below. Stay tuned for our reaction to the final grand finale of this series and the announcement of the final members of A2K. But of course, yeah, leave your predictions in the comment section below before it airs. And subscribe for more, of course. And hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. And like this video if you liked our picks for the final members. But as always, this is what we're watching this Sunday. We'll see you all in the next one.
Crystal clear that you're head over heels, but don't come any closer, my dear. Cause when I get mad, I cannot control what might happen. You think you can, but you